Welcome back to the Powerful Communication Podcast from your friends at Comsteria. My name's Colin Kelly, and we just launched our new brochure, actually. If you want a free download with more information about us in it, about Emma and I, and all the work that we do, and who we do it for, and why we're able to offer such amazing value for money, then you need the Comsteria Training and Creative Services brochure, and you can get that at this bit.ly link I'm just about to give you. So it's a bit.ly link /Comsteria. That's bit.ly/Comsteria. And it's worth a download to tell you all about us, and you can pass it on to friends and colleagues if you think they might benefit from what we do. I want to talk today a little bit about names and brands. Seth Godin's blog's really good today. If you read that, Seth Godin's blog, he's talking about names, and he thinks that a lot of the AI software providers and the AI platforms have very clunky, unhelpful names like ChatGPT and Gemini and all those kinds of things. So I kind of agree with them. I don't think their names are very helpful. I think the names put people off a little bit. And then I got chatting to someone on LinkedIn about the NHS, and they were saying that, you know, it's better to use the abbreviation. It's one of these situations maybe where the abbreviation is maybe better known and better understood than the spelling it out. And that it's, you know, that therefore that's what they will do, that sometimes the abbreviation just makes more sense. And I was thinking about this, and I thought, you know, if I was actually in charge of protecting the NHS, if I wanted to improve its status politically, if I wanted to ensure its long-term future and maybe keep it free from privatisation, I would be spelling it out. I would rebrand it. I wouldn't make a big thing of rebranding it because that never works. But I would subtly, carefully, over time, try and bring back as much as I could National Health Service, because it's all in there, isn't it? It's all in that name. And I think you mess with that at your peril. And I know that we've gone through, you know, changing culture, modernising. We want a catchy logo. Everybody in the 90s, everybody wanted a universal symbol and all that. I get all that. And, you know, even on an app or on a website, you got National Health Service. How does that look? How do you spell that out? It'd be a right mess, wouldn't it? Or it'd be too small to read. But when we talk about it, I really think there's a power in spelling out National Health Service. And I think calling it that, it sounds harder to mess with. It sounds like something we would want to protect. NHS, it just sounds a bit too catchy and maybe too easy to take for granted. Like it's just kind of always there. I think there's a risk. It's just too familiar. It's too easy. National Health Service. Give it some extra space. Give it a little bit of time. Let it sink in. You mess with that at your peril. That would be the message I'd be trying to get across. National Health Service, and actually taking some pride in it. A lot of the clients that we work with, the magic is in the name. The clue's all in there. Spell it out. Don't be scared to spell it out. You know that the National Health Service, there actually wasn't a kind of unified brand until as recently as 1988. And the logo as we know it wasn't until 1999. It was lots of different services, lots of different strands, all coming together under this umbrella, National Health Service. I think we need to savour that a little bit. I'm sure this will all be ignored. This might be a step too far, but I do think often the clients that we deal with, I say, you know, they'll say, well, we want people to understand what we do. That's a big, big task for a lot of people, understanding what we do. Well, it's in the name, so spell it out a little bit more. And I think don't worry too much about the catchy brand and the catchy, snappy logo. There's got to be a substance, and if there's a substance in your name, then I would really suggest that you use it. Hey, thanks very much for listening. Remember, grab that free download of our PDF brochure, bit.ly/Comsteria, and I'll be back with more soon.